Hey guys, Alex here, and today I'm speed furnishing a build by WillSims64. Now WillSims64, just before I start this video, is an awesome simmer who's built some really fantastic houses and has an awesome let's play going on at the moment. So yeah, if you'd like to go check him out, a link to his channel is just about to pop up, and also a link to his Twitter account. So yeah, go follow him, check him out, really awesome guy, and he's built a fantastic dorm here today for me to furnish. So at the moment you can see I'm actually putting in the kitchen. I'm not putting in the furnish. So at the moment I'm kind of trying to figure out how to do it because of these kind of bay windows. And in the end I set off these half walls, and you'll see what I do with them in a minute. And I go with these kind of classic counters, and I think they look really nice, and they come in the base game. So yeah, we can all use them. Now for the island I had to use these ultra modern ones, but I think they look okay because you don't really look around that area. But yeah, I had to do that. As these classic counters have a sort of kind of ridge at the top, which is very annoying, and then I use those into the future ones as well. So it's a kind of a white and black granite surfaced kitchen, and I think it looks really nice. So that's a Seasons light there. I don't think that's in the final version when Will gets it and edits it, because he doesn't actually have seasons. So yeah, and then we're just doing this awesome Delicacy style thing. Delicacy, go and check her out, she's awesome too. And where you merge objects with other objects using the move objects cheat, and we just made an awesome pots and pan rack underneath the Into the Future cabinets. So just filling up the kitchen with all these little items, and yeah, and we put these awesome fairy lights. I really love them. I think they're super cute. And we just put them there, and I just bang my desk. And yeah, we're just going to cover this wall in loads of posters, sort of add a bit of kind of student flair, sort of it's all a bit messed and stuff. Put in a few necessities like trash compactor you don't really need, but you know, might as well put it in there for lazy sims, and also the dishwasher, and then the tumble dryer and the washing machine. Now here I put a rug slightly slanted to make it look lived in, and this table using the same kind of style as the surfaces, and we use those awesome stools which I really like, kind of sort of maybe one of the artistic sims designed, and then put them in the kitchen. Use these university lights, I think they're really nice, and I use a lot around this. So yeah, I put in these archways using the same colour scheme as the front door, and I really like that colour scheme. Now we're just adding in a rug. Most of the rugs are the same colours of the walls, and we're adding in these couches from late night. And we try, or I keep saying I tried putting in that nice armchair, but it didn't really fit. Make one orange, I don't know why. Checking out the lights, we use that layered light, I guess you could call it. Now we put a dresser, some flowers, and a nice mirror. Make that white as well. Lots of white furnishing in this. So yeah, now we're putting rugs under the tables, and we're sort of making the dining area, kind of hangout area. These tables follow the same kind of dark woods and white woods, and sort of nice plush chairs at the end of tables, and then normal kind of chairs around the corners. Here we are, just adding in different style of chairs, and then we delete them because it's easier than recolouring them all, and then we put an extra one in the corner. So just finding more lights to put in here, and then I use these awesome store set lights, which I think these ones are changed unfortunately as well. All of these lights, all of the ceiling lights apart from the bar lights, I think are changed because Will doesn't actually have them, and he's uploading it because he can actually upload it and I cannot. So yeah, so it's adding in some random university necessities, like those chairs and that whiteboard and the telescope for the nerds, of course. Really nice little area, kind of vintage lamp I guess. Painting, wood painting, I'm not sure if that's really any good or not. Adding in the shelving, don't use the Into the Future shelves because I think they look, well I don't, one Will doesn't actually have them, and I don't know, I just kind of made it look a bit rustic. Adding in these kind of like signs for protesting, put them there for the rebel sims because they protest in the square, I think it is. Adding in more doors. As you can see, I've changed the floor, but I think the floor is slightly lighter in the final version. I'm not overly sure, I haven't seen it yet because Will didn't like that, but he loved everything else, which is good. Thank you. Just trying out TVs. I put a wall in, and there's also a fireplace, and then I get rid of the everything that actually makes it a fireplace, and just put the sort of pretendy fireplace bit because that's how the Sims works. Put a bit of marble underneath it, put in a rug. As you can see, it is the same colour as the walls with the same whites, And oh, it's lagging now. And now you can see we are adding in these couches, kind of use the same kind of yellows and whites. Nice chandelier, coffee table, another kind of coffee table, same style. Now I go with this sort of light and I don't like it, so I get rid of it and I put one of these Island Paradise lights. So yeah, and then I start by doing this, and then later on this actually changes when I do the Rumpus room, which is next door. I use these late night bar stools as like window seats, and I think that looks quite nice. That's a nice effect. So yeah, we're just doing them, and then we're just doing more bookshelves, a funny little busk of someone, trying to merge a few things, doesn't really work, and then we put that busk. I think that works. And then we put some curtains in, of course, for privacy. Not every room has curtains, but you don't need them in The Sims. It's just a decoration that costs money. And now we're adding in more paintings. That's from Roaring Heights. That's really quite nice painting, quite vintage, but it's really cool. Adding in a poster in every other room, kind of making it look like the students are actually living here. This is kind of the posh room for when maybe a professor comes around, and they can just call it, so they can just chill in there as well. So yeah, now we're doing this Rumpus room. I do make it this like blue, baby blue stripes, and I don't like it. So that changes in a minute. And then we just do the pool table, which is from the university, and we use the standard pool table light. I'm not sure if I did change the walls actually, I cannot remember, but yeah. Anyway, so adding the painting, adding some flowers in there, because I knew I'd forgotten something. And yeah, we're going on to this. And people are Skyping me. Hang on, there we go. And now we're just adding in these chairs in the Rumpus room. Now they're really sort of tatty chairs. One's kind of like a bog standard university one, the other one's kind of like someone's old armchair maybe they found in a skip somewhere. Adding in a briefcase, I think that's really cool, and I just thought that'd add a bit of difference, I guess, if that's the right word to use. Merging these desks to make one sort of big 4-area workstation for two computers, one laptop, and a area just for doing paperwork. And then I add these chairs. It's hard to add the chairs, you can't add them when they're merged, so I had to unmerge them and re-merge them again, but I think that's fine. Add one of those layered lights at the top, then put a laptop. I think you can steal the laptop though, so my sim will probably steal it and then sell it for money because it's very poor. So yeah, going back, and you can see I changed the walls of the Rumpus room. Now, I don't think you get this style of wall in the Rumpus room either, because that changed when I exported it and I accidentally made it tile before I did, so I think that's been changed to maybe just a neutral colour. I'm not actually sure what colour it is at the start of filming this, because I will do the last screenshot in another segment. But yeah, anyway, we're going down into the basement now, and we're just adding in, trying to find some doors, but I forget about them for now. Doing 2 big bathrooms. These are the biggest bathrooms in the thing. They're meant to be boys and girls bathrooms, but you can't do the boys and girls doors in the dorms. So I just went with this really awesome sort of just dual bathroom area. You'll see what I do with the area in between. Use the cabinets from upstairs. Tried to make these sort of shower cubicles, but everything was so dark and these doors were giving off light and I was really confused. So yeah, and then I can't do that, and I tried this lighting and it just failed and it all looked black and it was annoying. So in the end I just make it one shower cubicle. So yeah, and then we're just adding it. Oh, I go and pause probably for Spotify or some Skypes or something, and then I go and put these nice rugs that come from university life underneath the counter. And I try these counter things and they just don't work, so I just use normal sinks. Yeah, I maybe would have done table sinks, but I'm not really sure if it would suit this kind of build. Adding kind of like the restroom necessities, I guess, or the bathroom, or the toilets. It depends on where you're from. Whatever you call them. We call them just the toilets in the UK. The Americans call them the restrooms, I think. Sorry if I'm wrong and I'm kind of being stupid. But yeah, down here I go for one of those rugs from upstairs. I actually and I wanted to make this into kind of like an art room, but when I got the drum kit out from late night and I changed it into the stage area with lights, and I thought it was really cool, and I couldn't turn it on. I wanted to test it, and then I used these lights from the store. I'm not sure if they are there either. Now getting virus update software things, which is fun. Use those curtains from the Plum Bob Cinema set, which is okay. I haven't used it much. Then we use deader lights that we don't have, that Will doesn't have, and they were really nice, and I love them, so I'm a bit upset. But you know, life goes on, I guess. This is actually a nerd scientist room. Kind of nobody. I've been playing in this dorm for a while now. Nobody seems to use this room. I'm not sure why. Maybe they don't like skeleton or something. But yeah, tried this sort of thing of maybe making that light not work and putting sort of one of those kind of work lights there. And then most of the rooms have these fridge areas, and I think that's quite a nice little addition. But yeah, I'm not sure if they ever use them. I don't know. One of those tatty chairs, make it a bit of green. Now, oh, and then the bed changed colours, and then I give him a kind of like a classic old style TV and an arcade machine, all a bit nerdy, all a bit geeky. And then I make a girls' room. This is kind of a typical girls' room, really. One's a protester and an artist, I think. I'm not sure if this is the right room. There's lots of kind of rebels in this building. And then we put a dresser there, and people are calling me on Skype, which is really, really annoying. Sorry if Judas, if you're watching this. And yeah, and they add these lovely fairy lights again, keep them the same colour because they're pink anyway. An awesome little lamp, kind of sort of antique. And then I tried my hand at doing some shelving, merging, but it really failed because I needed to put a dresser and oh no, I didn't need to put a dresser. I was going to put in one of the kitchen areas, so, or a TV, I'm not sure. Just adding in some girly stuff to this side. The other side's kind of a girl who's not as girly, so sort of the left hand side looking at it from the door is actually a rebel, yeah, so I don't know what I'm saying. And then we just change it upstairs. We get rid of this kind of like double partition. So some rooms are bigger than others. I don't really think that matters because the Sims are pretty clueless anyway. And I try this kind of lighting thing and it really doesn't work. So I just put these rugged areas and use those layered lights again, which unfortunately are not in this. But if you had seasons, you could always change them because they're really, really awesome lights. They're one of my favourite lights, along with these rustic lights. You kind of use the same. These use the same couches from downstairs. Add a TV and some bookshelves. There we go. All the floors black. Add that kind of same style lamp. All a bit classicy. All a bit sort of adds sort of the modern style as well. Kind of a bit of a mix of both. Then we use these lights. I don't know if they're overly that good, but you know. Add some artwork. Very oldie. Add another poster. Add that sort of thing of putting all those posters. Plants, another dresser, island powders, plant, and then another light. Doing the flooring. I keep on keeping that black stuff in and it's very annoying. So yeah, putting in these lovely, lovely built-in wardrobes that you don't have in The Sims 3, but in The Sims 2 you get. And all you do is you just layer the doors and you use the clothing racks from either World Adventures or Into the Future, and yeah, it makes a really nice built-in wardrobe. So this is the blue kind of normal boy's bedroom. I guess it's kind of the bedroom for the guy that doesn't really fit into anything. Sort of, so he's kind of a mixture of everything. Bit of a gamer, bit of a sort of a stand-up boy. Probably likes a bit of football, soccer. I don't know. So yeah, just adding in this kind of station with boombox. A really kind of old-timey vintage record player, which I really, really like. And yeah, so we're just adding in some paintings and a chair, kind of a crate chair, kind of a bit contemporary, bit cheap. Crate of noodles, because of course everybody needs a crate of noodles at university. And then also adding in another fridge area with a microwave for the noodles, of course. And then this is a room with a rebel and a really kind of posh person who doesn't really fit into any of the university people either. So sort of this side of the room is kind of mixed up and sort of all of a bit of an angle, and the other side, well, the side we're just looking at is a bit sort of posh, and there's a nice posh seat. So I went with this neutral colour so you can kind of share a boy and a girl, because yellow is a very neutral colour, sort of And then yeah, we had these chairs, quite sort of, don't know, posh, I guess. And then we had a bookcase, same bookcase from downstairs in the basement. And this guy, or this gal, gets a board for putting any dates on, putting the rugs at the other end of the corridor. And then we add this ping pong table so you can play your juice ball thing, adding some more paintings, and then adding the doors, so we have to change the paintings around. Then we're adding the more wallpapers, and that processes, and that's very annoying. So this is another shared room, and then we just use those lights. This is quite a big room, so we share these rooms. And then this room's kind of for both girls. Maybe they're both a bit of artists, maybe. And yeah, so they've got kind of art work space everywhere. Add some shelves. There's nothing on them, but you could put whatever you wanted onto them. I suppose if they're artists and they brought more, maybe pencils, they can put pencil pots and stuff on there. Adding a chair, adding another chair, a little desk for doing neat art designs. Lovely little flower rug, and then a kind of a scientist's rug. So I suppose one of them's kind of the story behind this room is one of them's a scientist and one of them's an artist, but they're both kind of arty and creative. So because the scientist isn't meant to be really a nerd, it's just like science, I guess. But the Sims thinks it's a nerd because they like science, because that's how logic works. Got a funky couch, pinkish tinted desk, old computer, and yeah, just moving the arties over slightly. And then we just put another rug under the telescope, and then we go to another room which is white. And actually no, this room doesn't stay white because I do some modelling, because I can't think of anything to put in this room. And yeah, then we go to this really odd yellow striped room. I really do quite like it though. I don't know why, it's weird and it's quirky. Adding another bathroom, because there's hardly any bathrooms in this. Actually there is now, but it wasn't. So yeah, I had to add them. And then adding 2 showers, 2 toilets, 2 sinks, some mirrors, a bit of lighting. And yeah, so we're adding in some mirrors, of course, a bit of an angle. I'm not sure if 2 Sims can use those sinks at one time. I'm really not sure. I'll have to look through that. Adding sort of like I guess you could call it a service room with the sort of the electronics, and I guess if you could get one, a boiler. Just adding in these archways to make the doors sort of joined together. I always love to do that. You can't go in here, of course, it's too small. But yeah, I added the electricity box in. Then this room kind of has an open kind of dresser with this partition. Bit of a nerd room, really. Kind of sort of a home style. I guess it's kind of like a bit of a mummy style room, I guess. Sort of like they've outgrown, I don't really know, it's a university, but you know, it's kind of one of those rooms that hasn't been furnished, but kind of like a nerd just come along, put his desk in, put his gaming in, and kind of not bothered to decorate it. Change the bed around a bit, put it there, make the rug stripy as well. Add in this corner desk, I guess, because they're gamers, so they need lots of desk space. I got a laptop and a thing, and an old computer under the desk. One of those big lights, and then another one of these kind of like bog standard couches, TV, old-timey TV, kind of like shoved away in the closet. And then we're just adding some more doors. Now this is the 3rd floor, and I'm not as happy with how the 3rd floor came out. It's actually a gym area and a kind of science area with working, and was adding a dance floor there for working out and just general dancing, I guess. Adding in these fake aerobics mats, which are just using the mats for the doors. Adding in some gym equipment there, just very basic gym equipment, not much to it. And yeah, so adding in a rug underneath that. Not really sure why you'd need a rug. Then just doing the stairs, because the stairs is really weird. I don't know really what happened. And then yeah, doing some sort of room partitioning. I have to say, one of the rooms up here is blacked out, so you cannot use it, but you could expand if you just wanted to build by it and made it sort of all a normal colour, you could work with it. And I think that's kind of a nice. And then we just add this like kind of little kitchen with a bar area and a sink and a fridge for quick snacking. Yeah, I was going to add a coffee shop to this house, but I decided against it. So yeah, adding in those stools again, using those stools throughout. It's kind of quirky kind of green and sort of avocado, sort of dark shade of avocado statue, and I think this is really awesome. I don't know why. It's like someone's come along and painted it green as a joke and then just like left it. I don't know, just adding in all these little sort of details, I guess. Make it sort of university, because it's kind of meant to be an old style building that the university students have just come and wrecked, I guess. Yeah, this is sort of doing a, is that a bar? No, this is actually sort of a desk for sort of like an office area for maybe like a warden or something. I'm not sure if you have wardens. But yeah, it's a few bookcases. There's nothing much in here at all apart from a rug and a computer so anybody can use it because there are no wardens. Just adding in those lights again. And then this is the science room. This is really nothing overly. It's just a room for anything really. Mainly science, but it's kind of, you can come and work in here. Sit down, look at what people are doing on the chalkboard or another whiteboard. Computer, stand chair. Another one of those posters just to give it that sort of university style. Flags, collectibles, anything really. Little bookshelf. So yeah, it's sort of an anything Rumpus room. Then here I make everything black and I'm just kind of looking between different wallpapers and trying to make it as black as I can. Then there's another bathroom up here for the gym, and it's just a very simple bathroom. There's no showers, just sinks and sort of mirrors and lights, I guess, and everything you need for a bathroom. So yeah, and now we're jumping into the screenshots.